Before we begin, I want to say this clearly. If you're here, it means you care about your future, your financial awareness, and your ability to think critically in a world full of noise that already puts you ahead of many people. If you appreciate honest, rational discussions about Pi Network, crypto, and financial awareness, please subscribe to this channel. It really helps the channel grow and allows me to keep making content that is independent, realistic, and free from hype. Now, let's begin. Throughout human history, especially during times of economic crisis, social uncertainty, and widespread frustration, certain groups always emerge promising big rewards and a bright future. They appeal to people who are struggling not with facts but with emotion. This pattern is not new. It has repeated itself across centuries. Today, in the digital age and particularly in the cryptocurrency space, the same pattern has returned only with new terminology and modern platforms. One of the clearest examples is the rise of so-called GCV global consensus value leaders around the Pi network. These individuals use personal interpretations, exaggerated claims, and unrealistic promises of massive wealth, playing a role very similar to historical fraudsters. What is GCV and why is it dangerous? GCV is not confirmed or supported by the Pi core team. These leaders claim Pi's future value will not be decided by supply and demand, but by a secret global agreement and imaginary numbers sometimes reaching hundreds of thousands of dollars per coin. The real danger is not the number itself. The real danger is what it does to people's thinking. It creates false hope. It encourages poor financial decisions. It delays real-life progress and effort. It makes people emotionally dependent on a fantasy outcome, a pattern repeated throughout history. When you step back and look carefully, the behavior of these leaders is nothing new. In the past, people were promised heaven, salvation, or the arrival of a chosen savior. Today, the promise is financial freedom overnight. Anyone who questions these claims is labeled as someone who doesn't understand, someone who lacks belief, or someone who will regret selling too early. At the same time, followers are told they are special, that they belong to a group that knows the truth, while others will be left behind, exploiting economic pressure and desperation. The primary audience of GCV leaders often includes people under financial stress, immigrants trying to rebuild their lives, individuals carrying debt or uncertainty. When people are struggling, hope becomes powerful and dangerous when it's manipulated. These leaders don't force anyone, they simply offer comforting illusions. Pi Network versus GCV narratives. It's important to separate Pi Network from the GCV narrative. Pi Network is a technology project focused on utility, ecosystem growth, gradual, real-world adoption. No cryptocurrency in history has reached extreme valuations without open markets, liquidity, widespread trust. The Pi core team has clearly stated that Pi's value will be determined by real usage and market forces, not rumors or symbolic numbers. Why GCV leaders are more dangerous than traditional scammers. A traditional scammer steals your money and disappears. A GCV leader can cost you something much worse: your time, your focus, your ability to make rational decisions. Many people have missed opportunities, delayed important life choices, or experienced deep disappointment when promised outcomes failed to materialize. The amplifying role of social media platforms like YouTube, TikTok, Telegram, and X reward emotion, not accuracy. Sensational thumbnails, dramatic language, and exaggerated lifestyles attract attention but often hide empty claims. The real objective is usually more followers, donations, or paid content. Personal influence, not the long-term success of Pi Network. If you're listening to this and feeling confused, disappointed, or even angry, that's okay. Questioning narratives doesn't make you weak. It makes you aware. Pi Network does not need blind belief. It needs informed, patient, and realistic users. Your future should never depend on someone else's fantasy numbers. If this video helped you think more clearly or see things from a wider perspective, I invite you to subscribe to the channel and stay with me. This channel is about reality over hype, awareness over illusion, long-term thinking over emotional decisions. Thank you for listening until the end. Stay rational, stay patient, and take care of your future.